welcome. You're watching Plain Speak. I'm Akanksha Swaroop. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today made a historical visit to Jammu and Kashmir, the first one after abrogation of Article 370. There was outpouring of love and support as thousands gathered to cheer for Prime Minister in the Bakshi Stadium in Srinagar. Prime Minister also struck a chord with the valley as he began with an emotional connect in his address, आज दिल जीतने आया हूँ. Prime Minister Modi also hailed the new Jammu and Kashmir as he addressed a rally in Srinagar this afternoon, unveiling development projects worth several thousands of crores. Prime Minister also declared Jammu and Kashmir is now breathing freely and developing at a rapid pace after his government's contentious scrapping of Article 370. Opposition has time and again attacked the government after removal of Article 370. While addressing the massive crowd in the Prime Minister's new Jammu and Kashmir, there was silence for the naysayers. Is Prime Minister's Viksit Kashmir pitch the biggest counter to Article 370 abrogation critics? That is the big question we will be taking to our guests in just a bit. But first up, let's also break down some important points for you. In his first visit to the Kashmir rally since the scrapping of Article 370 that split the former state into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, in August of 2019, Prime Minister has hailed the growth trajectory of the valley since the government's big move. He countered the opposition's criticisms over Article 370's abrogation. Let us also take a quick look at the big counters that Prime Minister in his Srinagar address made today. Here are those highlights. Now, unveiling the development projects worth several thousands of crores, Prime Minister said that Jammu and Kashmir is touching new heights of development. He also attacked the Congress and other opposition parties like National Conference and PDP. Prime Minister said that for political gains, Congress and its allies have misled people in the name of 370 for several decades. Now, Prime Minister also said that how Jammu and Kashmir was kept in chains for benefit of a few families under the garb of Article 370. Prime Minister also declared Jammu and Kashmir is now breathing freely and developing at a rapid pace after the contentious Article 370 was scrapped. Highlighting the massive growth and jobs push in the valley, Prime Minister said that today there are equal rights and opportunities for all. Prime Minister also reiterated that talent of the youth of Jammu and Kashmir is respected and that they are getting new opportunities. Viksit Jammu and Kashmir is the priority of Viksit Bharat was the biggest speech highlight of the Prime Minister today. Is Kashmir now on the path of unprecedented growth and progress? Let's look at what has really changed in the valley after the government took the big step of scrapping Article 370 in August of 2019. Now, these are figures as per the Ministry of Home Affairs report. Now, 2,654 stone pelting incidents were reported in the year 2010 as compared to 0 stone pelting incidents in 2023, 4 years only after Article 370 was abrogated. The figures are here for you to see. 132 organized strikes were reported as per Home Ministry's report in the year 2010, but 0 organized strikes were reported in 2023, only 4 years after 370 was scrapped. As per Ministry of Home Affairs report, there has been a 70% decline in terror-related incidents post-abrogation of Article 370, and that is a major key takeaway of scrapping of Article 370. Now, the valley has seen an 81% reduction in civilian deaths only after Article 370 was abrogated. The MHA report also goes on to say that 48% decline has taken place in death of security forces post the abrogation of Article 370. And that is why I bring to you on the floor the big question that we will be posing to our esteemed panelists today. Prime Minister has hailed Viksit Kashmir, and is that the biggest counter to abrogation critics? That is the big question that we will be asking our guests in just a bit.
मेहनत आपका दिल जीतने के लिए कर रहा हूं और मैं दिनों दिन देख रहा हूं कि मैं आपका दिल जीतने की दिशा में सही दिशा में जा रहा हूं। आपका दिल मैं जीत पाया हूं और ज्यादा जीतने की कोशिश मेरी जारी रहेगी। ये वो नया जम्मू कश्मीर है जिसका इंतजार हम सभी को कई दशकों से था। इस नए जम्मू कश्मीर की आंखों में भविष्य की चमक है। इस नए जम्मू कश्मीर के इरादों में चुनौतियों को पार करने का हौसला है। श्रीनगर जम्मू कश्मीर ही नहीं, पूरे देश के लिए पर्यटन की नई पहल कर रहा है। जम्मू कश्मीर में परिवारवाद और भ्रष्टाचार का एक बहुत बड़ी भुक्तभोगी रही है हमारी जे.एंड.के बैंक। दशकों तक सियासी फायदे के लिए कांग्रेस और उसके साथियों ने 370 के नाम पर जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को गुमराह किया, देश को गुमराह किया।
All right, so is Viksit Kashmir now the biggest defense for the Modi government as far as the abrogation of Article 370 is concerned? That's a big burning question I open to all my esteemed panelists today. And let me introduce them. I'm joined in by Mr. R.P. Singh, who's the national spokesperson for the BJP, Arshpreet Kadyal, who's a spokesperson for Congress, Imran Nabidar, who's a spokesperson for NC, and Aarti Tikku, who's a senior renowned journalist. Many thanks to all of you for joining in. Let me, in fact, begin with Aarti first. Aarti, when the Prime Minister had made that address in August of 2019, he went on to talk about how it was imperative to abrogate Article 370, primarily because Pakistan was using it as a weapon to only sow poison in the minds of the Kashmiris. Having said that, from 2019 now cut to 2024, what have been your personal observations and kind of the transformation that Jammu and Kashmir has undergone?
Well, thank you for asking this vital question today, because, I have covered Jammu and Kashmir for almost 24 years. And in the last 5 years, I have witnessed the kind of transformation that I have seen in Jammu and Kashmir I had not seen before. And that, I think, in itself is a big testimony, because I come from Kashmir. I was born and brought up here, got displaced. And the kind of violence that we saw in 33 years, the kind of communal separatism, the kind of communal politics that was played by the dynastic political parties like National Conference and the PDP, the kind of threats that they issued against the Indian state, they issued against the government of India, and especially, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in before the Article 370 and 35A were abrogated in 2019. If you remember, they had claimed that there was not going to be even one single individual in Kashmir who would hoist the Indian flag, or who would raise the slogan of India in Kashmir if Article 370 was abrogated. Lo and behold, in last 5 years, not only has the Prime Minister kept his word on Article 370 and 35A, but has also shown how the abrogation has transformed this place completely. And I think the biggest testimony was delivered by the people of Kashmir today. The thousands of Kashmiri people who had gathered at Bakshi Stadium in Srinagar today, it really is a slap on the faces of those who were threatening the Indian state. It's a slap on the face of those who created a conflict industry in Kashmir, who were always vested in the idea of conflict in Kashmir. Yeah.
That's a very interesting point to begin with. Thank you for setting the tone right, Aarti. On that note, let me in fact quickly go across to Imran. Imran, you heard what Aarti had to say, and that is something we've also heard resonating in Prime Minister's speech today when he attacked the opposition, especially with regards to Parivarvad. How would you like to respond to that attack?
I don't want to respond to what Miss Aarti Tikku had said, because
all right, but choose to respond to what the Prime Minister said.
Exactly what BJP, what BJP, let me complete. What BJP is saying, she has repeated the same thing. Let us first talk about the numbers. The numbers that are being talked about, because I was at different channels right now, and there is this big confusion happening. Today's rally was a big failure for the BJP political party. You need to understand it. Yesterday only and today only, there are images coming out from the rally, and it is so disappointing, and I am so saddened to see all those
lakhs
images.
of people turning up at the Bakshi Stadium. I can't help but interrupt you there. No.
It is not.
Let's get the numbers straight.
No, it's not lakhs
the numbers
of people.
are speaking for themselves.
The total
the
capacity.
speaking for themselves.
You have to listen to me. I am from this place. I know the numbers.
We have our correspondents also sending
nearby.
us
I know the
reports.
numbers. So I am also giving you the numbers. The total capacity, official capacity of Bakshi Stadium is 50,000. They have renovated it, and they might have added another 20,000. So let us say it is 70,000 capacity of the stadium. Let us assume that. But as far as the people who were present in the rally, clearly it was only employees from Education Department, from Jammu Kashmir Bank, from Anganwadi centers. They have been bundled. Can you believe it?
Mr. R.P. Singh, I'd like to bring you in on this bit, because
let me make your
point. We've heard that during the day as well.
You didn't allow me. You're not allowing me to make
finish. You have 30 seconds.
Because this doesn't go with your narrative.
No, Imran. We have to take this conversation forward. I can't let you speak on for 5 minutes. Please finish your point.
I am not complete. I have not finished my point.
Please go ahead. Imran, please finish what you were saying.
So the point is that there was nothing new what Prime Minister said. It was a completely disappointing speech. There was no mention of any new project. There was nothing for the youth. There was no mention, the vote bank politics that they had used Kashmiri Pandits for. There was no mention about their return also. There was no mention of when they are going to hold assembly election. There was no mention of what they had promised in the parliament regarding statehood. There was nothing. I mean, it is just a repeat what Prime Minister said in Jammu. It was the same rhetoric what BJP leaders are saying about Article 370. Yeah, what next about Article? For 5 years we have been saying, we have been hearing the same thing again and again and again.
Imran, may I move forward now? May I move forward now? Mr. Singh, that attack has also not just come from the NC. We've also heard the Congress attack the Modi government for not being able to hold assembly elections so far, for not being able to promise statehood. Statehood is something that I'll also be touching upon. But I want you to come up with the right kind of reasoning as far as Imran's attack is concerned. He's also gone on to attack how these were only state employees who turned up in full force as far as Prime Minister's speech and presence in Bakshi Stadium today was concerned.
So as per Imran, there are 75,000 people on ground who are just employees. So 75,000 employees were gathered from Srinagar Valley, and then they were brought there. I mean, it's shocking and laughable both. But this is what the Mr. Farooq Abdullah's party has been doing. That's why they were against C-70 also, because they have been sowing the seed of disintegration from India, and then using C-70 as a tool to disintegrate Kashmir from India, and then they had been fooling the youth there by doing so, and he is trying to toe the same line. He is still trying to toe the same line. He is the same party which used to say, which has taken support from Hurriyat to win elections. It's the same party which should say that Tiranga nahi lahraya jayega.
That is completely wrong. You are blame. No, I will not. I am not going to accept it. If you have any proof, No, but how can you say that we have been supported by Hurriyat?
Who's
Do
conducting
you
the
have any
debate?
proofs
Akansha?
for this statement? How can you make such a
Yes,
statement?
I'll give you the proof.
No,
I'll
how
give
can
you the
make
proof.
such a
I'll give you the
statement?
proof.
It's a-
I'll give you the proof.
No,
Wait.
tell me. Give me the
I'll
proof.
give you the proof,
Give me
sir.
the proof.
How
How can you say that we have been supported by national conferences suffered,
Akansha, sorry,
our
I can't
people
debate.
were
I'm
killed.
sorry.
Imran, you have to
6,000
allow the
of our
guest to speak. No,
6,000
Imran, please allow the guest to speak.
No,
In
but
fact,
we
let me
need
quickly
to-
cut
we need
across
to- you
to
cannot
Mr.
make such-
Nirmal Singh, who, as we all know, is the former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir and also the former Speaker of the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. Many thanks to you, Mr. Singh, for giving us your precious time. आज प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने बात की है मोदी जी ने अबाउट विकसित कश्मीर. आप जो है एक एज द फॉर्मर डेप्यूटी सीएम ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर एंड द फॉर्मर स्पीकर ऑफ द जम्मू एंड कश्मीर असेंबली, आई वांट टू नो फ्रॉम यू निर्मल साहब, आपने कश्मीर में किस तरह के चेंजेस देखे हैं 2019 अगस्त के बाद से?
देखिए, मैं अभी सीधा रैली से आ रहा हूँ. अभी मैं जौहर टनल से पहले हूँ, जम्मू वापस जा रहा हूँ. कल शिवरात्रि है
जी.
2 लाख से ऊपर लोग थे. 50% जो है महिलाएं थी. प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने 20 मिनट बोले. 20 मिनट 18-19 मिनट वो सीधा उन्होंने विकास की बात की. पहले 2019 के बाद जो भी बात होती थी, आतंकवाद की होती थी, अलगाववाद की होती थी, पाकिस्तान की होती थी. जहां यहाँ पर जो टेररिज्म इस प्रकार की बात होती थी, ऑटोनॉमी की बात होती थी, जो है सेल्फ रूल की बात होती थी, आजादी की लोग बात करते थे हुर्रियत के. आज कोई बात नहीं है. आज प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने सीधा नौजवानों से इंटरेक्ट किया, बेटियों से इंटरेक्ट किया. तो ये बताता है कि जो विकसित जम्मू कश्मीर, उन्होंने कहा कि विकसित भारत के लिए बहुत ही आवश्यक है. अगले 5 साल जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए, भारत के लिए बहुत ही प्रीशियस हैं.
निर्मल साहब, ये भी आरोप आ रहा है ऑपोजिशन से कि जो है ये जितनी भी जनता इकट्ठा हुई थी बख्शी स्टेडियम में, वो सब गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज थे. पर क्या इस तादाद में इतनी बड़ी गैदरिंग देखना कोई 2019 अगस्त के पहले सोच सकता था?
देखिए, मैं इनसे पूछता हूं कि ये चीफ मिनिस्टर रहे हैं, इनके जो है जो बुजुर्ग थे तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर रहे हैं. इतनी गैदरिंग इन्होंने की कभी एम्प्लॉइज की? यह सरकारी कार्यक्रम था, थोड़े से लोग आए थे, लेकिन लाखों की तादाद में महिलाएं, नौजवान, बेटियां जो थी, जिन्होंने बताया, सीधे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने उनसे बात की. उन्होंने कैसे जो है, जैसे निसार था, निसार ने कहा कैसे भी जो है उसका छोटे से उसने अपना जो है एक बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस खड़ा किया है और पूरे देश में.
निर्मल साहब, सिर्फ वही एक आरोप नहीं, आरोप ये भी लगाया जा रहा है कि लोगों को नोट दिए गए हैं उन्हें बुलाने के लिए.
देखिए, ये झूठ मारते हैं, क्योंकि ये अपोजिशन के लोगों के पास कोई इनका कोई एजेंडा फेल हो गया है. ये वो लोग कहते थे कि 370 टूटी तो जम्मू कश्मीर में खून बहेगा, तिरंगे को कोई जो है कंधा देने वाला नहीं रहेगा. फारूक अब्दुल्ला कहते थे कि चीन की मदद से 370 लाएंगे. आज इनका एजेंडा फेल हो गया है. आज ये जो नाप बातें करके जो है जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को, कश्मीरियों को जो गुमराह कर रहे हैं. लेकिन आज कश्मीरियों का जो जोश था, जो बलबला था, वो बताता है कि इनका एजेंडा फेल हो गया है और इनको लोगों ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया है.
मिस्टर सिंह, एक ये भी एलिगेशन लगाया जा रहा है कि चाहे वो असेंबली इलेक्शन हो या स्टेटहुड, जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने खुद प्रॉमिस किया था 2019 के अपने टेलीवाइज्ड एड्रेस में, उसकी कोई बात नहीं हुई. आज स्पीच में उसका पूरा तरह से वो एब्सेंट थी. ये 2 इम्पॉर्टेंट बातें, उस पे आपका क्या कहना है? असेंबली इलेक्शन साइमल्टेनियसली क्यों नहीं किए जा सकते हैं लोकसभा इलेक्शन के साथ?
देखिए, एक तो अच्छी बात यह है कि इन्होंने जो 370 और 35 एक को जो भूल रहे हैं, इनको भूलना चाहिए. स्टेटहुड की बात करते हैं, जब उपयुक्त समय आएगा तो स्टेटहुड दी जाएगी. स्ट्रेटेजिकली जब भी जरूरत पड़ेगी, जो कि पॉलिसी डिसीजन है, सरकार इस पर डिसीजन लेगी. जो बाकी जो एजेंसीज है उनको बात करते हुए बस स्टेटहुड दी जाएगी, इसमें 2 राय नहीं है. जहां तक इलेक्शंस की बात है, अप्रैल में लोकसभा के इलेक्शंस में, सितंबर से पहले असेंबली इलेक्शंस होंगे, लोकल बॉडीज के इलेक्शन होंगे, पंचायत के इलेक्शन होंगे, डीडीसी बीडीसी के इलेक्शन होंगे, जो 72 साल नहीं हुए थे, पहली बार यहाँ हुए, दोबारा फिर समय से होंगे.
हमने निर्मल साहब एक परिवारवाद पे भी अटैक होते हुए देखा. जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर परिवारवाद की बात करते हैं और जम्मू एंड कश्मीर की किस तरह बर्बादी लगी थी उस परिवारवाद के दौर के दौरान, आप हमारी जनता को बता सकते हैं कि उस परिवारवाद ने किस तरह जम्मू एंड कश्मीर को बर्बाद किया था? जब भी हम परिवारवाद की बात करते हैं या बढ़ते हुए करप्शन की बात करते हैं 2019 के पहले तक।
देखिए, आपको मालूम याद होगा और जो इतिहास बताता है कि जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने, कांग्रेस ने शेख अब्दुल्ला को जम्मू कश्मीर और जम्मू कश्मीर को शेख अब्दुल्ला माना। आपको याद होगा 1987 में जब ये चुनाव हो रहे थे तो मफ जो है जीत रहा था। एक तरफा जो है कांग्रेस ने लोगों को उनकी विजय डिक्लेयर करके जो टेररिज्म का शुरुआत हुई थी, और मुफ्ती परिवार, शेख परिवार, यही दो परिवार थे। और गांधी परिवार, गांधी नेहरू परिवार, वो दिल्ली से राज करता था। आज प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा उन्होंने, परिवारों ने आपको जो है बर्बाद किया है, 42,000 लाशें दी हैं जम्मू कश्मीर को उन्होंने, इस प्रकार की सोच ने। आप मेरे परिवार जन है, मैं गारंटी देता हूं, और ये मोदी की गारंटी, यानी कि गारंटी होने की गारंटी। और मैंने जो सोचा था जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए, उसका नतीजा ये है कि आज यहाँ पर जो है, जो मैं आब हवा देख रहा हूँ, यहाँ की जो वातावरण देख रहा हूँ, वो उसके कारण जो है, और मैं इसका मतलब है सही रास्ते पर चल रहा हूँ।
निर्मल जी, बस जाने के पहले आपसे एक क्विक सवाल यही मेरा होगा कि असेंबली इलेक्शन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में कब होंगे?
देखिए, सितंबर से पहले होंगे। ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी इसका रेफरेंस आया है, और ये जो है सरकार भी इसके लिए तैयारी कर रही थी, कर रही है।
तो क्या ये सरकार का वादा है कि ये सितंबर के पहले होंगे और फिर अमरनाथ यात्रा की बात नहीं होगी और दिसंबर तक तो नहीं टलेंगे?
हाँ, बिल्कुल होंगे, ये मैं विश्वास दे सकता हूं।
ठीक है, मैं उसी वादे के साथ आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कहना चाहूंगी। हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। एंड विद दैट लेट्स क्विकली कट बैक टू आवर एस्टीम्ड panelists who've been waiting very patiently. Many thanks to you all for waiting your turn. Ashpreet, if I could come to you for all those points that were made by Mr. Nirmal
Can I
Singh.
complete, please?
Thank you.
All right. I will come to you, Mr. Singh. Let Ashpreet, in fact, also take this discussion forward.
Thank you. I want to thank Mr. Modi that he had the time to go to Jammu and Kashmir after 5 years of abrogation that was done. So a big thanks to the Bharatiya Janata Party. They spared time after 5 long years. Number two, Mr. Modi's speech was just as usual, high on rhetoric, low on facts. And the people of Jammu and Kashmir were expecting something that since the Prime Minister of the country was coming, they were expecting that it wouldn't just be intangible, something tangible would be given by Mr. Modi. There's been no jobs there. I mean, for tourists, they say Kashmir is heaven. But for the people who live there, the Bharatiya Janata Party never tried to make it heaven for them. The unemployment rate is at an all-time high there. There's no infrastructure development that has taken place, education, the healthcare sector, and on top of that,
how would tourism not happen if a G20 event has taken place in Jammu and Kashmir? If there's been a Chalo India global diaspora and also promoted by the government, do you think that the government would do that without adequate security preparation? Ashpreet?
Answering a question. Now, if there is everything that the government needs, what are they waiting for? Why do they not declare statehood already? Why do they not say that we'll be starting with the election? Now, the gentleman from the BJP that you were talking to, what did he say? That Supreme Court mein reference aaya, very soon, we'll start complying with the orders. Elections bhi honge, statehood bhi restored hoga. The State Bank of India, wait 1 second please, one last statement. The State Bank of India, which is a government-owned bank, in electoral bonds case had said by March 6, we'll divulge all the details. They have also sought extension. I hope the Bharatiya Janata Party won't. And Mr. Singh here should give an assertion, should assure us that they will not.
Ashpreet, I've given you enough time to speak. You've made your points very eloquently. Mr. Singh, please go ahead and come up with that rebuttal to that.
Well, here is the appeal of Mr. Farooq Abdullah, is one of the leading newspapers, Economic Times, where he is seeking support of Hurriyat Conference for his party. I mean, I'll send you the clipping also. So, and then for the information of your guest who is from Kashmir, sir, I've been in charge of Kashmir for quite long, and I have hoisted national flag twice at Lal Chowk against the will of Mr. Farooq Abdullah and Mr. Umar Abdullah. And I was thrashed in police station for 4 hours for just hoisting national flag at the Lal Chowk. But that point is
point by point.
Let's talk about what has changed. Can I?
Imran, how do you respond
to
a personal experience that's being shared by Mr. Singh? It's disgusting to the national spirit of the
his
nation.
personal experience. I don't want to respond to his personal
There's a
statement.
I
don't
filed
know
a
what
complaint
he's
in
saying,
Munshi Rambagh police
how-
station at the time.
I don't want to respond to him.
Only if,
Whatever complaints you have, you deal it yourself.
No. Why
We are
won't you
here for
respond today?
something.
There's a national flag at every house today.
Why should
Every
I
village
respond
there's a
to you?
national flag.
why should I
Every individual
respond to
hosts
you?
national flag. And
And
there's
this is
no
the
stone
problem
pelting
that
today.
BJP
There's
people
zero
have.
stone pelting. There are 1 crore 80 lakh tourists in the Kashmir Valley last year. This is the first time that there's an electric train going from in
Who are you
Kashmir.
fooling?
There's iron, there
If
is.
you have served in Jammu Kashmir, you are lying. You are lying to your teeth. Who are you fooling? Weren't the national flag hoisted on the secretariat prior to 2019? Was it not hoisted?
Not at all. I'm telling you my personal experience. Mr. Amar Abdullah
Exactly. You
has
are
took
a
us
liar.
to
You are a
Munshi
liar.
Rambagh
That
police
is what
station
you
and
are.
got us
You are
thrashed for 4
fooling
hours.
people.
I'm
Gentlemen,
giving
let's
you
You are a
maintain
big
some
liar.
decorum.
That is what the
Let's
problem
maintain
is.
some
I'm not.
decorum.
I'm not
26
here to
January
listen to
2011.
I
rubbish here.
sincerely urge
This
you
is
to please
absolute
maintain
rubbish that you are
decorum.
speaking.
Aarti, let's have
Absolute
a more
rubbish that you are
neutral
speaking.
opinion over here.
What
I'm
nonsense
sure
are
they
you
will also call you a BJP voice, but you're a journalist. Talk from your experience. What was it like to hoist the national flag prior to 2019?
Well, look, the fact is that I have been consistently saying what I am saying today for last 24 years. If the BJP or the Congress are now saying what I've been saying, then I am very glad that somebody has finally listened to what I was saying, what people like me were saying. There were a handful of journalists who were consistently saying the Kashmir policy of the UPA was wrong, the Kashmir policy of even the Vajpayee government was wrong. It's only Prime Minister Modi who made a paradigm shift on Kashmir. He did not listen to the advisors, the same advisors who were running a certain policy which created a conflict industry in Kashmir. And the problem today really is that Omar Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti, they cannot digest the fact that common Kashmiris in thousands of numbers have come and they have shown their confidence in Prime Minister Modi's vision for not just Kashmir but for the entire country. So that, I think, is the message today. And from my personal experience, I'm telling you, the last 5 years have been phenomenal for Kashmir. The number of tourists that came to Kashmir, the kind of positive energy that we see among youth in Kashmir, you see the kind of celebrities and stars who are visiting Kashmir and playing, for example, Sachin Tendulkar playing with common Kashmiris on the streets in Srinagar, in Kashmir. That, I think, speaks for itself that Kashmir has changed, no matter what naysayers say. But I think the Prime Minister has finally taken Kashmir on a progressive path.
Arshpreet, if I could bring you in on the bit as far as statehood is concerned, we have the figures with us. 42,000 innocents were killed in the last 3 decades prior to August of 2019. We have data over here from the Ministry of Home Affairs as well, which also goes on to, in fact, something that I had shared with our viewers earlier as well, which talks about how there's been visible reduction in terrorist-initiated incidents, encounters, civilians who've been killed, security personnel killed in action. And I can tell you by looking at the figures, it's a reduction for over 50%. In fact, as far as encounters or even terror-related incidents are concerned, there's been reduction which goes, in fact, beyond 70%.
Well, in BJP ka parivar, the people of Jammu and Kashmir are clearly missing. I mean, the Bharatiya Janata Party has only included the corporate, the powerful, the rich, and the corrupt. But they have forgotten that the people of Jammu and Kashmir, the hardworking ones, the poor ones, the ones who have worked all their life for stability, for
what stability are you talking about, Arshpreet? When you look at the kind of dynasty politics that plagued Jammu and Kashmir, no. This is somewhere I will be interrupting you. Where was the youth being allowed to take leadership roles?
Now, answering a question, when I was saying that they've been working hard throughout their life and all they seek is stability. Why does the Bharatiya Janata Party not allow for the elections to happen? What are they waiting for? I mean, the Bharatiya Janata Party ought to answer. Why even September?
All right, fair enough.
You could do it now.
RP Singh, please answer.
Who's talking? Let's see who's talking. For 25 years they never held election. Mr. Sheikh Abdullah, father Mr. Farooq Abdullah was behind bar for 25 years. They are talking about the constitution and they are talking about democracy in Kashmir. Well, look who is talking. But let me give you some fair data. More than, give me a second. Yeah, in handloom export was 563 crore in 2021 and now it is, last year it was double the figure, 1,116 crore. The tourist sector has gone by 1.85 crore last year, tourist sector. More than 612 kilometers road was constructed. Air traffic has gone double in last 4 years. Where the night landing facility was never there, now there is a night landing facility there. Now first electric train from Udhampur to Srinagar to Baramulla link has started. The highest ever bridge which is being built for the train link. So there is overall development which is happening and there is a democracy on ground and on route when there is an election for panchayat, when there is an election for other ground activities.
All right, many thanks to you. All right, I'm giving you 10 seconds, Harshpreet. I'm giving you 10 seconds.
Today, they even accuse certain parties of mismanagement. I only want to congratulate the Bharatiya Janata Party on the double standards because these very parties that they were accusing of mismanagement, when they were with the Bharatiya Janata Party in an alliance, then they used to say, "Kya management?" Now that they are not
all right, I'm glad that you at least congratulated the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Because of Rajiv Gandhi. Whatever we are facing in Kashmir.
All right, thank you so much, our esteemed panelists, for joining in on this very interesting discussion. It's time to cut to a quick break. But coming up after that short break is NDA expanding with the BJP, all set to stitch alliances with BJD in Odisha and TDP. Pawan Kalyan in Andhra. Meanwhile, the Congress CEC meeting is also to decide on its candidate list for 2024. What explains the delay? We'll be diving into that, but after a quick break.